Deep in the heart of Africa, where red dirt roads stretch endlessly and ancient baobab trees reach for the sky like silent guardians, lay a small village called Kwame. The sun shone brightly here, but its warmth barely touched the shadows of poverty that clung to every home. Villagers worked from dawn to dusk in the fields, yet hunger was a constant companion. School was a distant dream for most children. By age 10, boys were already tilling soil or herding goats, and girls carried water, gathered firewood, and cared for siblings. Dreams? They came only in sleep and vanished with the morning light. In this village lived Asha, a 12-year-old black girl with skin like polished ebony, big sparkling eyes, and tight curly hair that framed her determined face. Her smile could light up the darkest hut, hiding the weight she carried. Her mother was often ill, coughing through the nights, and her father had passed years earlier from a fever caught in the fields. Asha had two younger siblings, 6-year-old Juma, full of energy, and 4-year-old Lila, who clung to her skirt like a shadow. Every morning, Asha arose before the roosters. She fetched water from the distant well, lit the fire, bathed her siblings, and prepared whatever little food they had, usually maize porridge thinned with water. Then she headed out to collect firewood or help in the fields. But inside her heart burned something brighter, a longing to learn. Asha often lingered at the edge of the village, watching the small school run by Mr. John, a teacher from the city who visited a few times a week. He taught basic reading, math, and stories to whoever showed up. Most parents shrugged it off. Education won't fill empty stomachs, they said. But Asha watched with wide eyes, imagining herself sitting among the children, holding a book. One afternoon, Mr. John announced a special session. Any child who wants to learn, come at 4 o'clock. I'll bring books. Asha begged her mother. Mama, just once. I promise I'll finish all the chores. Her mother sighed, tears in her eyes. Child, our life is hard enough. Books are for the rich. But Asha couldn't let go. That evening, she slipped away quietly. Mr. John saw her hiding behind a tree and waved her over. Come, little one. Sit. He handed her an old ABC book. Asha traced the letters with trembling fingers. That night, with no candle or lamp, she sat under the moonlight by the well, whispering, A is for apple, but here we have mangoes. She giggled softly to herself. She returned every evening she could, hiding her excitement from the villagers who would mock her. That girl wastes time on nonsense, they whispered. But Asha learned quickly. Mr. John noticed her hunger for knowledge and gave her extra books, math problems, science facts, story collections in Swahili and English. She practiced secretly at night, using the moon or a borrowed lantern stub. 2 years passed. Asha was now 14, taller, stronger, and smarter. Mr. John asked her to help teach the younger ones. Her first class had only 5 children, Juma and Lila among them. Under a big acacia tree, she drew letters in the dirt with a stick. She sang songs, told folktales, and made learning feel like play. Word spread. More children came, 10, 20, 30. Girls who once fetched water now sat eagerly, eyes shining. One rainy season, the tree offered no shelter. Water dripped on their books and heads. The children shivered. Asha thought, we need a real place. She approached the village elders. Uncle, please help us build a small room. The children are learning, they will change our future. The elders laughed. With what money, girl? Bricks don't grow on trees. Asha refused to give up. With Mr. John's encouragement, she traveled to the nearest town by rattling bus. There, she found an NGO office. Trembling, she told her story. The workers listened, moved. We'll help with materials, but you must keep teaching and inspire more. Asha returned with hope. Back in Kwame, she started a small campaign, one book, one hope. Villagers donated what they could: coins, a chicken, old cloth. Asha worked extra in fields to save pennies. She organized the children to gather stones and mud. Together, they built walls of earth and a tin roof donated by the NGO. 3 years later, the first real school stood in Kwame: mud walls, a sturdy roof, and benches made from logs. They named it Asha's School. Now over 150 children attended, boys and girls alike. Asha, at 20, became the main teacher. She taught in the mornings, tutored in the evenings, and dreamed bigger. The village transformed. Girls delayed early marriages to study. Mothers whispered proudly, "My daughter will be a doctor, a teacher." Boys learned respect for education. Laughter and songs filled the air where silence once ruled. One day, Mr. John returned. He looked at Asha, confident, poised, a leader. "You did this, Asha. You brought light to the darkness." She smiled humbly. "No, sir. The dreams did. Every child has a spark. We just needed to fan it." Today, Kwame glows with hope. Where poverty once dimmed everything, children read, write, and dream aloud. Asha stands as the village hero, proof that one girl's courage can change everything. And remember that powerful line? African girl Asha dreamed big, turned her dark village into light, everyone cheered forever.